Picture this. It's 2 a.m. You've been unemployed for several months now after losing your job. You are just about to fill out another job application when you see this. Will you, at this time or any other time, require future visa sponsorship? You stagger. What? There are more people than jobs in this country, and yet this application assumes there's a good chance that you are a visa hire. Because it's true. Now, the H1B visa was born in 1990 under the Immigration Act, sold as America's secret weapon to bring in temporary specialty workers when U.S. talent fell short. On the surface, this might seem reasonable, but you do have to ask, did we have such a shortage of skilled labor in 1990 even? The answer is no. But the cap at that time was more or less honored, and these highly qualified experts brought in were more or less what was intended. Highly specialized medical professionals, very niche engineering experts. The purpose of this program was to fill very specific one-off jobs that had more developed markets in other countries, particularly in Western Europe or real Southeast Asia. For example, a geology expert that has a lot of experience in specific tectonic plate modeling that's only available in a specific province of Spain, but has some need in Northern California. That's what the H-1B was created and intended for. This started to change in early 2010 with the rise of Silicon Valley. Employers in the tech sector started to realize the massive price savings they could acquire with the H-1B program. Employers realized that if they looked to parts of the developing world, they could replace one American worker with 3 immigrant workers, paying them each a fraction of the salary. This looked great on their books, both saving costs and increasing their hiring to fuel short-term stockholder value. They also realized that they can magnify this effect by using the H-1B process not for their highly talented designers and officers, but the rank and file programmers and other skilled labor that would make up the middle and entry-level jobs. But where are the visa hires coming from, and what did they get out of it? If you look at this chart here, over 71% of these H-1B visas come from India, an underdeveloped agricultural country. 11.7 come from China in a similar way. Everyone else combined is under 17%. Most of these hires are under 30 years old, perfect for lowball salaries. Green card backlogs trap these visa workers in H-1B limbo for decades, perpetually indentured labor. This went on for a while, but the rest of the economy, after seeing the success that the tech sector was having, started to adopt these programs as well. Now, there's a similar program for seasonal agricultural workers and low-skilled labor, but these visa programs have much stricter caps and are a lot more ironclad legally and harder to abuse. So H-1B is the premier choice for employers. This caught on nationwide, and now we find companies in the healthcare, hospitality, food service, manufacturing, energy, pharma, education, retail, and construction industry all abusing the H-1B process. But how does it work exactly? Doesn't this program have safeguards and a total cap on all visas per year? In theory, yes, but in practice, no, not at all. Step 1. The company wants to produce more shareholder value, so they identify some positions in their organization at every level that they can optimize, and they immediately lay off those employees. Then, they have several options. The law says that they must first post a job ad for Americans to fill. So, they sometimes only post the job internally, in a place that no employees can even access. Or they post it publicly on a job board, but with increased requirements and a pay scale that ensures no one will apply or meet the specifics if they do. Or just go the ghost job route and post it with no intention of ever looking at the applicants. After waiting out the minimum legal period, they go to the government and say, hey, no Americans want this job. Are we good to outsource it? and they get the green light. And that green light supersedes any total visa cap or industry certification requirements because of the intense critical need of the H1B program. Yes, the critical need for target workers and help desk Jannies. Another facet of this issue is accreditation. Most of these jobs have some requirement in terms of education, a bachelor's degree, for example, or some industry-specific certification. This used to be a big roadblock in the H-1B hiring process, until they came up with a clever way to circumvent this as well: parity. Take, for example, the accounting industry. Formerly, this was a very secure, respectable path to the middle class for decades that is still highly popular today. It used to have a pretty good roadblock, however, in the form of the CPA, the Certified Public Accountant certification. This was only attainable after getting a bachelor's in a related subject, having a certain number of provable on-the-job hours of experience, then studying for and passing the CPA exam with a character and ethics fitness requirement, similar to the bar exam. But the powers that be decided, you know what? Americans just don't want to do this job anymore. So, the big four accounting firms and many others are now accepting CPA accreditation earned in foreign countries, where the limit of the rigor in these programs is simply signing your name and paying a small fee to some mill scam company with the sole purpose of accreditation forgery. But now, luckily, those poor, understaffed, giant accounting firms have a steady stream of endless workers that will work for pennies with no ability to complain or ask for a raise or face the horrible, unspeakable fate of having to go back to their own countries. Now, this is the part of the video where I would usually talk about the stats, the total H-1B visas given out this year, the amount of jobs lost, and the amount of total industry replacement. But the fact is, we don't have those numbers. The real ones, I mean. These organizations and government actors take great pains in obfuscating the real figures around this program. They make it seem like it's just a trickle each year, under 100,000 each year, and it's capped. But you can see it, can't you? Your towns look a little different. Your dollar doesn't go as far as it used to. Your very language isn't accepted everywhere you go. The H-1B program is a bad deal for everyone involved, both those being replaced and the ones doing the replacing. The only ones gaining from it are those entities that lie to us about it. That's it for this video. It's short, it's an overview, but if you enjoyed this type of economic video, I know it's a bit different from what I usually make in terms of focusing on one government economic program, give me a subscription. Comment below. Have you had any experience with being laid off, training your replacements, seeing your neighborhoods and communities change because of this influx? Let me know. But that's it for today. Keep noticing.